The best undrafted players in NHL history. In the star-studded annals of the NHL, the shining tales of first-round draft picks often eclipsed the unlikely journeys of the undrafted who beat the odds. These resilient athletes, overlooked during the draft, later emerged as a tour de force in the league. Their road to the NHL may be less conventional, yet their impact on the game is indisputable. So who are these titans of the rink, the undrafted elite who defied expectations and forged an indelible legacy in NHL history? 10. Dan Boyle. Boyle made his debut in the NHL in 1998 after going undrafted. He played for the Florida Panthers in 22 games during the 1998-1999 season and 13 games during the 1999-2000 season, before being given a berth on the team's roster for the entirety of the 2000-2001 campaign. Boyle earned recognition as one of the league's top defensemen in the following years, finishing in the top 10 in Norris Trophy voting on 3 separate occasions. His excellence on the ice led to his selection to the NHL's second All-Star team in both 2007 and 2009. During the 17 years of his career, Boyle was a part of several championship teams, including the one that won the Stanley Cup in 2004 for the Tampa Bay Lightning and the squad that won the Olympic gold medal in 2010 for Canada. 9. Sergei Bobrovsky. Even though the Philadelphia Flyers considered selecting Sergei Bobrovsky in the 2006 NHL entry draft, the selection did not occur. The Flyers did not want to take any chances at the time because it was so tough to sign Russian players. Instead, he began his professional career in the KHL, but the Flyers kept a close eye on him throughout the season. In May of 2010, Philadelphia boldly decided to go for it, signing Bobrovsky to an entry-level deal for 3 years. During the 2010-11 season, he assumed the starting role, but Ilya Bryzgalov was prompted to take over his role the following year. After that, the goaltender was dealt to the Columbus Blue Jackets, and that's when his career began to take off. The goalkeeper during his 7 seasons in Ohio achieved remarkable success, winning 2 Vezina trophies and being named to the NHL All-Star team on 2 occasions. In addition, he played a pivotal role in taking the Florida Panthers to the Stanley Cup Finals last season. 8. Martin St. Louis. Despite a successful tenure at the University of Vermont, St. Louis went undrafted by any NHL team. A surprising fact considering he won the Hart Trophy, bagged the Art Ross Trophy twice, and made it to either the first or second All-Star team on 5 occasions. This dynamic right-winger was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2018, has amassed over 1,000 points in his 16-year NHL journey. In addition to individual accolades, St. Louis clinched a gold medal at the 2014 Olympics with Team Canada and a Stanley Cup victory with Tampa Bay Lightning in 2004. It remains a mystery why NHL franchises doubted his potential due to his stature, despite his evident skill. 7. Ed Belfour. Drafted or not, Belfour is indisputably one of the finest goalies ever to play the game. Known as Eddie the Eagle, this Hall of Famer goaltender played for the Blackhawks, Sharks, Stars, Maple Leafs, and Panthers, and had one of the most outstanding rookie seasons in history in 1990-1991. In his second and his first full NHL season, Belfour led the league in save, 1,713, save percentage, .910, and goals against average, 2.47. His extraordinary performance earned him the Vezina Trophy, Calder Trophy, and Jennings Trophy, and a spot on the NHL First All-Star team. That was a heavy haul for a rookie season, and the rest of Belfour's career only continued this trend of success. He capped off his illustrious career with a Stanley Cup victory with the Dallas Stars in 1999. 6. Curtis Joseph. Known best as Cujo, the St. Louis Blues signed the goaltender after going undrafted following his freshman year at the University of Wisconsin. Cujo is considered one of the most iconic nicknames in sports history. Joseph enjoyed a successful 19-year NHL career, earning a spot in the top 3 of the Vezina Trophy voting on 3 occasions. The closest he came to winning the Vezina Trophy was in 1999, when he finished just 9 votes behind Dominik Hasek, taking 2nd place. During his career, career, he participated in 2 All-Star games and secured the King Clancy Memorial Trophy in 2000 while playing for Toronto. During his career, Joseph played for 6 different teams and now ranks 6th in all-time saves with 24,279, behind legends like Martin Brodeur and Patrick Waugh. However, despite his long career, he never won a Stanley Cup. 5. Dino Ciccarelli. Even without considering that he was never selected in a draft by any NHL team, it is remarkable that Ciccarelli amassed 1,200 points throughout his lengthy career in the NHL. He was an astoundingly productive scorer throughout his entire career. The right winger, now enshrined in the Hockey Hall of Fame, spent most of his career with the Minnesota North Stars. With this team, he was selected for 3 of his 4 All-Star teams during his time in the NHL. Even though he played in the NHL for 19 seasons, Ciccarelli was never able to win the Stanley Cup. However, he did have remarkable postseason performances while leading 2 teams to the championship game, the North Stars in 1981 and the Red Wings in 1995. 4. Peter Stastny. After a season in which he was selected the Player of the Year in Czechoslovakia, Stastny decided to defect from Czechoslovakia and made his way to the National Hockey League. Stastny immediately succeeded in the National Hockey League, earning the Calder Trophy in 1980 and participating in 6 All-Star games throughout the 1980s. He was joined on the Quebec Nordiques by his brother Anton, and the following season they were joined by their other brother Marian. Together, the Stastny brothers formed one of the best lines in NHL history. During his 15-year career in the National Hockey League, the center, now in the Hockey Hall of Fame, amassed 1,239 points. He also had 6 consecutive seasons in which he tallied more than 100 points, a feat accomplished by only 6 other players in the history of the NHL. And then we have one player who has achieved his remarkable feat in 13 straight seasons. But do you know who the other 5 players are who accomplished this? If you do, let us know in the comments. 3. Adam Oates. After deciding to forego his final year of college hockey, Oates attracted significant interest from NHL teams, although he was never chosen for the NHL. Ultimately, he agreed to terms on the 4-year agreement worth $1.1 million, establishing him as the highest-paid rookie in the NHL. Because he and his then-teammate Brett Hull were a dynamic tandem and an offensive juggernaut, Oates played a vital part in some of the best defensive seasons in hockey history. Because Oates was a willing and competent playmaker, Hull scored 72 goals in the 1989-1990 season and 86 goals in the 1990-1991 season with his assistants. Oates played in the All-Star Game 5 times during his career, spanned 19 seasons, and includes stops with the Red Wings, Blues, Bruins, Capitals, Flyers, Ducks, and Oilers. He finished his career with 1,420 points. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2012. 2. Borje Salming. During his lengthy career in the National Hockey League, Salming accomplished quite a bit, and the Swedish-born defenseman opened the way for other European hockey players. When Salming entered the National Hockey League, there was a widespread misconception that European players, particularly Swedes, lacked the mental fortitude necessary to succeed in the NHL game. This misconception severely undermined Salming's entry into the NHL and subsequent success. Salming was honored with selection to the NHL's second All-Star squad 5 times and earned first All-Star squad honors in 1977 as part of a career that spanned 17 years and was tied up almost completely with the Toronto Maple Leafs. 1. Wayne Gretzky. We close our list with one of the greatest, Wayne Gretzky. Even though his condition was not entirely clear, Wayne Gretzky was in reality never selected in an NHL draft. Gretzky was given a personal service contract when the Oilers were accepted into the NHL. This allowed the Oilers to keep their rights to Gretzky and prevented Gretzky from ever having to participate in the NHL entry draft. During his 20-year career in the National Hockey League, Wayne Gretzky established himself as the greatest player the sport has ever seen and competed for the Oilers, Kings, Blues, and Rangers. After only 1,487 games, Gretzky had already amassed 894 goals, 1,963 assists, and 2,800 257 points, all of which still stand as the most ever recorded in the history of the sport and are records that are highly unlikely to be surpassed. Gretzky was selected for the All-Star Game 18 times and won a total of 15 individual awards during his career, including the Hart Trophy 9 times, the Art Ross 10 times, the Ted Lindsay Award 5 times, the Lady Byng 5 times, and the Conn Smythe Trophy twice. Wayne Gretzky won the Stanley Cup 4 times with the Edmonton Oilers and was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1999, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest players in the sport's history. And there you have it, a tribute to the exceptional talents who emerged as the greatest undrafted players in NHL history. So the next time you tune into an NHL game, remember, a player's worth isn't always decided on draft day. Some diamonds in the rough shine brightest when least expected. Leave a diamond emoji in the comment section for all the great undrafted NHL players making shockwaves today. Remember to subscribe, like, and turn on the post notification bell. Catch other videos on our channel. Until the next one, salute to these great players.